What's up, YouTube friends? Hope you guys are all doing well. Today we're back with the SSR 125, and we got Brandon, due to popular request, is going to demonstrate how to ride the SSR 125 pit bike, including changing gears and using the brake, front brake, back brake, gear shift lever, and the clutch. We had a couple of commenters say that they'd like to see that, so here we go. Okay, so we are here in frosty Chicagoland. It's only November 2nd. So it's really, it might actually be unseasonably warm here, but it's actually about 47 degrees right now. So we're going to give the phrase cold start a whole new meaning, because it's actually cold. So we're going to try and start this thing up. We haven't started in a while. We just put some air in the tires. Brandon's going to go ahead and give it a kick start and see if this thing will fire up easily in 47-degree weather. Let's see how it goes. So the first thing we're going to do is during the cold start is we're actually going to turn on the choke. So we're going to show you where the choke is located, right on the left side of the carburetor. And Brandon's going to go ahead and put the choke on. Go ahead and put the choke on. Flip it up there. All right, cool. So now the choke is on, which you're really going to need in this cold weather, because there's just no way you're going to be able to get this thing started without it. And then he's going to go ahead and give it a kick start. He's going to make sure it's in neutral. Over here you can see you've got your gear lever right there. For those who were curious about how you change gears, that is your gear shift lever that you're going to operate with your left foot. For the newcomers, you know, if you never rode a motorcycle, that's how you do it. For you more experienced riders, I know this is going to be kind of boring for you, but just stay with us for the hell of it, you know. Let these new guys learn a couple things. So now Brandon's going to go ahead and he's going to kick it over, see if we can start it. So we swung back around to the right side of the bike, and we're going to go ahead and we made sure the fuel's on first, which is pretty important. Let me actually show you where that is. Another important thing is to make sure that your fuel's on. So first thing really you want to do, even before you turn the choke on, is go ahead and open that fuel valve. Go ahead, Brennan, turn the fuel on. You want to turn the fuel off after you ride every time. There you go, and then that downward position means that your fuel's on. All right, let's go back to the other side. We're going to kick start this sucker and see if we get it to fire up. All right, Brandon, why don't you go ahead and give it a kick, see if you get started. As you can see, it's a little, oh, there we go. There we go. It was a little tough getting it started. I knew it would be, because it's just so darn cold out here. So also we can see how it sounds in a cold start. Yeah, you really got to let these things warm up before you can take off on them, especially in this cold weather. After you get the bike started, you're going to want to go ahead and turn that choke off after it warms up a second. So why don't you go ahead and show them how to turn that choke off, Brandon. Cool. Alright, so now our choke's off, and we're getting warmed up, and we're going to get ready to put this guy in gear and putt around a little bit. Alright, for you new riders, your clutch is located on the left handlebar. Also, your kill switch. Brandon, point to the kill switch. That's your kill switch. Just in case you fall off, you want to be able to turn off the motor, just push the button and the motor will die. The clutch on the left is something that you're going to need when you're shifting gears. Basically, every time you change a gear or you put the bike into gear, you're going to pull in the clutch lever. Brandon, pull in the clutch lever for us. Show everybody. That's it. And you're going to hold it in while you change gears. So, to get the bike started, when you first go to take off, you're going to go ahead and pull in that clutch lever. So pull it in. And on these SSR 125 bikes, the shift pattern is 4 up. So you're going to kick up that shift lever with your left foot, and you'll just hear it pop right into gear, all right? And then once you have it in gear, what you're going to do is you're going to give it a little bit of throttle with your right hand. Give it a little throttle, but don't let out the clutch. Okay? So that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to give a little throttle, and then you're going to slowly let out the clutch. So once you show them how you slowly let out the clutch and then just ride off in first gear. While you give it gas, slowly let out the clutch. And that's what you're going to do. It's pretty simple. These are real easy to ride. There's no reason to be afraid of them. You just got to take it slow, go easy on that clutch, and remember to give it gas. And off you go. It's really simple. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have Brandon put it in first gear, pulls in the clutch, pops it in the first gear. So he's slowly going to give it gas, and we're going to see if we could film him going from first gear to second gear. All right, Brandon, go slow, and I know you're going to be, going really too slow for using second gear, but just go ahead and try it anyway. Let's show everybody how you go from first to second gear by pulling in the clutch and shifting up with your left foot. Go ahead and try it. Slowly. And there's second. All right. And that's all you have to do. It's real easy. Anybody can do it with a little bit of practice. And once you get good, you could have a lot of fun with these things, no doubt. Another important function of the bike is the brake, of course. We showed you how to go. Now you need to know how to slow. So this is the right side of the handlebar, and you have another lever. This is your brake lever. Brandon, go ahead and pull the brake lever. There you go. That's your brake lever, and this little thing next to it is your brake master cylinder right here. That's a master cylinder, and that contains the brake fluid that gives you pressure when you pull that brake lever to squeeze those brake pads on the rotors on the wheel, and that's how you stop. That's one way to stop, using that front brake lever. The other brake that you have on the bike is right down by his foot over here. You've got the foot brake. Can you put your foot on that foot brake? So to activate that foot brake, you just push down on it, and that's your brake for the back wheel. So you're going to use these brakes in combination to stop with the front brake and the back brake to get a nice controlled stop. When you're going faster, it's good to use both brakes because you get, you really get the power of both those brakes slowing you down. You always want to use more front brake than back brake. If you apply too much back brake, you can have a tendency to lock up the back wheel accidentally, and that's definitely not something you want to do on a motorcycle, because when you start to go into a slide, it's never a good thing. That usually doesn't have a good result. All right, I'm going to have Brandon go ahead and roll forward a little bit, and he's going to apply the front handbrake. And that's it. It stops just that easily. Very basic stuff. You don't need to have a master's degree to drive this little motorcycle. All right? And now we're going to have him pull forward, and he'll demonstrate stopping with the back brake. Now Brandon's going to demonstrate stopping with the rear brake or the foot brake. Go ahead, Brandon, and accelerate a little bit. And that's it. It's just that freaking easy. It's just too easy to ride this thing. That's all you have to do. Just step on the brake. Brandon actually raised a very good point that we didn't touch upon yet. When you apply the brake, whether it's the front brake or the back brake, you're going to want to pull in the clutch. And you're going to want to pull in the clutch because you don't want to decelerate the engine too fast. If you lock up on that brake hard and you slow the motor, you're going to stall and you're going to crash. So in most cases, you're going to want to pull on that clutch lever while you're grabbing the brake to keep your engine going and you don't kill the motor. Okay? Let's see it. We'll see a little demonstration of that. So Brandon's going to come at me and you're going to watch as he pulls in the clutch lever and applies the brake. Here he comes, and real simple. Pull in the clutch, squeeze the brake, motorcycle doesn't die. So once you've mastered braking and shifting, you can just have fun with this sucker, and you can rev it up and make a lot of noise like this. Yeah, it sounds sick, doesn't it? Makes you want to go riding, right? Alright guys, that's about it. You've seen the basics of how to start the SSR 125, how to shift it, and how to brake, and how to rev it. I think we forgot how to rev it. How do you rev it, Brandon? Oh yeah, that's how you do it. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Keep watching for videos and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good one, guys.